Hey y'all, Chef Christina McAmer here, coming to you from Napa Valley, California. So, don't know if you're following along, but here in California, we've had a shelter in place for almost 2 weeks. And if you're anything like me, you're doing a lot of eating. Unfortunately, we're starting to run low on ingredients. So I'm here to show you a gourmet meal that's probably hiding in plain sight. We need one key ingredient, and that's peanut butter. So lots of people in my family love peanut butter. My favorite go-to snack is peanut butter with green apples. My son, who just turned 1 yesterday, Elijah, he loves to eat it right out of the jar like Winnie the Pooh. And my husband could eat PB&J every single day. I, on the other hand, need something a little bit more exciting since I'm a chef. So here's how we turn this one simple ingredient, some things you may have laying around in your freezer, into a gourmet meal. So I'm gonna start by making pad thai, and we're using some frozen shrimp I happen to have, as well as this mixture of frozen vegetables. So this is a saute mixture, which I love because it has a bunch of different things, but utilize whatever you have. If you have corn and peas, use that. If you've got some fresh carrots, shredded carrots are great in this dish. So we're gonna get started by making the sauce. The sauce for pad thai is amazing because you've got this kind of savory and spicy and sweet notes all together. The number one ingredient is peanut butter. So for this sauce that we're making, we're using about 1/2 cup of peanut butter. If you want to scale this recipe, you're going to be using 2 parts peanut butter for every 1 part fish sauce. So about 1/2 cup of peanut butter, then we've got 1/4 cup of fish sauce. If you don't have fish sauce in your fridge, you can just substitute a little bit more soy sauce. So soy sauce is what's gonna add the salinity to this. So we're using about 2 tablespoons. You can always adjust that to taste. And then what we have are our seasoning elements. So we're gonna add a little bit of spice from sriracha. I use about 1 tablespoon. My husband, who loves spice, he would probably double that. If you don't have sriracha in your fridge, you can always use chili flakes. A little brown sugar. This is just gonna complete that sweet element, but you can leave it out altogether if you prefer. Then we're gonna mince some garlic. I happen to have fresh garlic, which is amazing. You can also use garlic salt if you would like. And then to add a little bit of bitterness, I've got the juice of 1 lime. So I'm gonna squeeze that and get it here into our sauce for us. So this is the base of your sauce. Once we get this whisked together, you'll see that it becomes a thick paste, and you can use that sauce as a dipping sauce if you happen to have some frozen chicken, which I know you do because there's none at the store. You can make some easy chicken satays that you could pan sear or heat them on the grill, and then you can use this paste here as your dipping sauce. So let's whisk this together and see what we get. So you see, as you start to agitate it, it comes together. Now, since we're not making chicken satays, we're making pad thai, we're gonna wanna loosen this sauce up. Usually about 1/2 cup of water will work. You just want it so that it's able to be poured into the pan. I'm gonna start with less water just to see how we go, and then we can add more later if we need. So into this sauce, we are gonna add our frozen shrimp, our frozen vegetables, and we're also gonna stir fry a little bit of egg. I also had some rice noodles in my cupboard. I heated those, cooked them according to the instructions, just so that they're loose. If you don't have rice noodles, you can always substitute spaghetti, or you probably have a package of ramen noodles hiding back there. Skip the seasoning packet, take those noodles out, cook them, and you can use that for the recipe. So right this way. So I have a pan back here. I've had it heating up to about medium. For this dish, you want it to be at medium high. So we're gonna kick it up a little bit, add in some, I like canola oil, but you can use vegetable or olive oil. Yes, our pan is hot. And now I'm gonna add in the shrimp, and you should hear a really great sizzle. So you want to cook the shrimp just about halfway. Add in the vegetables. I love all the drama. And saute those. Then move everything to the side of your pan, and we're gonna scramble our egg. I'm gonna add just a little more oil for that stuff, and in goes the egg. So for this, you wanna make sure you're agitating it, get it cooked, and then we'll mix it in with the rest of our ingredients. Now, next up, we're gonna add in our rice noodles. Again, these are par cooked. And the most important ingredient, we will add in our pad thai sauce. So you wanna let this sauce kind of come up to a simmer. You want it thick enough to coat all of your ingredients and heat throughout. So this whole recipe should take you about 30 minutes. Oh yeah, I can smell it. The aromatics are starting to come out. So you're definitely getting a little bit of spice from that sriracha, and I can smell that kind of sweet note from the peanut butter. Lunch today is gonna be amazing. So now that that's heated throughout, I'm gonna plate it for you. And you can garnish this dish with anything that you happen to have. So we have a little bit of fresh cilantro, which is great. But if you have any bean sprouts or green onion, or even if you have any dried peanuts laying around, that makes a great addition to this dish. Okay. So here we have our completed pad thai. I'm gonna finish with a little bit of fresh cilantro, and voila, your gourmet meal hiding in plain sight. Oh, my husband wanted you to know I'm having a mimosa.